I built this app, Qualia. Hopefully it is still under that name when this podcast is released. It's my plan. There are other Qualias, but I don't think it should be a problem. If you want to find the app itself, livequalia.app. And it is currently either in the early access phase or it is in the full release phase. And I only say either or because I'm recording this ahead of time. And so I don't know where it will be. If it's in early access, simply go on there, submit your email. I should be able to get you access to the app. It is a mobile app and there's also a web component. So the web works great on desktop. It works on mobile as well, but it's much better experience on desktop. And then the mobile app itself is obviously available. It will be on App Store and Google Play at some point. That's what I don't know. I don't know when this comes out, whether it will be or not. It's not right now as I'm recording. So Qualia, let me talk about that. Qualia is an idea that I've had for a couple of years. And I got this idea, funny enough, from listening to a podcast with Rob Dyrdek. And when I heard this podcast, I had no idea who he was. So I found out a little bit more about him after this. But in this episode, he talks about his life system. And at this time, he was kind of blowing up for this life system that he was using. Basically, he would track everything he did. And he would find out okay, how did these things actually make me happy? And his claim was oh, I'm so happy because I just do all the things that make me happy. I've scientifically found out these things make me happy. That's what I do. And that's an intriguing thought, an intriguing idea of okay, find out the things that make you feel good and then do those things. Now, it's hard to do. It's hard to life, when we're living, we're such a combination of different behaviors and actions and things going on, plus who we are. And, things from the past weeks, months, years are all playing a factor. So there's so much going on. It's hard to know, it's hard to single out what the actual effects of individual actions are. But I could get behind that claim that if you can do that, you can increase your quality of life. You can change the way that you feel based on those things and doing those things. Figure out what makes you feel good. Do those things. And the other thing is if you knew that doing this thing would actually make you feel good and you've seen it happen in the past and you've seen some kind of scientifically you found that this thing makes you feel this way, why would you not do it? Why would you ever not do that thing? I've often had that thought too with making decisions. Imagine you're making a decision. It's okay, do I want this cupcake or not? And you somehow knew, there was a pop-up in your frame of vision and it was if you eat this cupcake, you will have a worse life. If you don't eat it, you'll have a better life. If you had that pop-up, how could you eat the cupcake? I don't think it would be you would never eat it because it's just so clear. It's you will have a better life. You will feel better. You will be happier if you don't eat this. So it's the awareness, I think, is the key component, because when we're in these emotional, impulsive states, there's just not awareness. Our minds are kind of playing tricks on us and oh no, it'll be fine if I eat this cupcake. Nothing really bad will happen and I'll enjoy it. And I'm going to over-index on the enjoyment part because I want this now. And our emotional selves are, they over-index on the near future, of course. So they're going to do things that feel better now versus tomorrow or a week from now or a year from now. So getting more awareness, I think, around that stuff, what actually moves the needle in the future, would make those decisions much clearer and much easier. So I tried doing something similar myself. I've set up a Google spreadsheet that would keep track of daily subjective scores. How am I feeling today? And I wanted to also figure out okay, what do I eat that makes me feel good? And that's a much harder one to do because I eat so many different things and it's harder to track that. So anyways, what I ended up doing was setting up my Google Sheet, and then I set up a Google Calendar reminder. And in that calendar event, I put in the description some text, some JSON text, which for non-coders is just a format for storing objects, data objects. So in the JSON object was just the different subjective scores and then a few different, let's say, behaviors or, other metrics to go with my life. So every day I would open up my calendar and fill out how I was feeling. And then these different things, my weight was in there, a couple other things. And then I had my spreadsheet designed to every day it would run a script that would go and pull out these data points and put them into the spreadsheet where they're supposed to be. And then I had like nice graphs that showed everything nicely and beautifully. And that was cool. And at that time, I kind of was thinking like, oh, this would be cool to have something for other people to use as well. And then I just never got around to it. Then I went through a bunch of side projects, a bunch of random stuff I was working on. I was like coaching and tried to build a different app and then try to build a dog supplement. And then here I was kind of in a emptiness of projects where I was giving up on the last one and thinking about what's the next thing. And this idea resurfaced. And I realized that with the help of AI, so AI coding agents, I would be able to build something like this much more easily than I would have back then. This kind of project would be a significant lift for one person, whereas right now it's pretty doable. You know, with a month or two of effort, you can build an app. You can do that kind of thing.